In a bustling city full of noise and traffic, there lived a kind-looking bus driver named Bala. His bus was clean and his smile was warm. People trusted him because he treated passengers kindly. "Welcome on board," he would say, helping people find seats. Many passengers thought he was the safest driver in the city, but behind Bala's friendly face was a dangerous secret. He was not a kind man at all, and his bus was a trap for unsuspecting passengers. Bala worked with a man named Musa, who was his conductor. Musa was always quiet, helping passengers climb in and collecting their money. The two seemed like a normal team, but they had a dark plan. Every evening, they waited until the streets were quiet. Tired workers and students would rush to catch the last buses, not knowing Bala's was the most dangerous of all. As soon as the bus was full, their plan began. Musa carried a small spray bottle filled with a strange chemical. When the bus was far from the crowded streets, Musa would spray the air, pretending to clean the bus. The spray had no smell, but it made passengers feel very tired. "I'm so sleepy," one passenger might whisper before closing their eyes. Soon, every passenger on the bus would be fast asleep, completely unaware of what was happening. Bala turned the bus off the main road and drove into the forest. The trees grew thicker as the bus bounced along a narrow, bumpy path. The city lights faded behind them and everything became dark and quiet. Bala didn't say a word and Musa watched carefully to make sure no one woke up. After a long drive, the bus stopped in front of an old abandoned warehouse, hidden deep in the forest. The warehouse was large and creepy, with broken windows and rusted metal doors. Musa jumped out of the bus first, checking to make sure no one was nearby. "All clear," he whispered to Bala. Together, they carried the sleeping passengers into the warehouse one by one. The passengers were laid on the cold floor, their hands and feet tied tightly. They wouldn't be able to escape even if they woke up. Musa searched the passengers' pockets for wallets, phones, and jewelries. He piled the stolen items on a table, while Bala wrote down the names and numbers he found in the phones. "We will call their families tomorrow," Bala said, grinning. The two men walked quickly, knowing they had to finish before morning. Once everything was ready, they locked the warehouse doors and left the passengers inside, still fast asleep. Early the next morning, Bala began making phone calls. Using the passengers' phones, he contacted their families. "We have your loved ones," he said in a cold voice. "If you want them back, pay a ransom. Don't call the police or you will never see them again." Many families cried and begged for mercy, but Bala didn't care. He demanded large sums of money, knowing most families would do anything to save their loved ones. For the families who couldn't pay, the situation became even worse. Late at night, a man named Dr. Felix arrived at the warehouse. He wore a white coat and carried a heavy bag of tools. He inspected the tied-up passengers like they were objects, pointing at certain ones. "This will do," he said. Bala and Musa dragged the chosen passengers into another room. The doctor paid Bala a large amount of money before leaving with the victims. Dr. Felix's job was terrifying. He removed organs from the chosen passengers and sold them to rich people who needed transplants. Bala and Musa didn't care about the lives they ruined. They only cared about the money they earned. Meanwhile, families in the city were searching for their missing loved ones. Posters of missing people were everywhere and many families were desperate for answers. Mr. Okonkwo was one of those desperate families. His daughter Ngozi had disappeared after taking Bala's bus. She was a university student who always came home on time. When she didn't return, Mr. Okonkwo knew something was wrong. He reported her disappearance to the police, but they were too busy with other cases. Frustrated, he decided to hire a private investigator named Inspector Adewale. Inspector Adewale was known for solving tough cases. He listened carefully as Mr. Okonkwo explained what had happened. "Ngozi always takes the same bus," Mr. Okonkwo said. "She's never late." Adewale began his investigation by talking to other families of missing people. He noticed a pattern. All the missing passengers had taken evening buses on the same route. "This isn't a coincidence," he thought. "I need to find this bus." Adewale started riding buses at night, pretending to be a regular passenger. He observed the drivers and the conductors, looking for anything suspicious. One evening, he boarded Bala's bus. Bala greeted him warmly, saying, "Welcome, sit wherever you like." Adewale sat quietly in the back, watching everything. He noticed Musa holding a small spray bottle and whispering to Bala. Something is not right, Adewale thought. After the bus was full, Musa sprayed the air with his chemical. Adewale pretended to yawn and close his eyes, but he stayed awake, watching through half-closed lids. He saw passengers slumping in their seats, fast asleep. Bala turned the bus off the main road and began driving into the forest. Adewale's heart raced as he quietly sent a text to his team. "Follow this bus. I found the one chance driver." The bus stopped in front of the warehouse and Bala and Musa began unloading the passengers. Adewale remained still, pretending to be unconscious. He was carried inside and placed on the floor with the others. When Bala and Musa weren't looking, Adewale opened his eyes and observed the room. He saw piles of stolen items and a notebook where Bala had written down phone numbers and ransom amounts. Adewale managed to send his location to his team before anyone noticed him. Suddenly, a loud voice shouted, "Police! Freeze!" The warehouse doors burst open and the officers rushed in. Musa tried to run, but he tripped and fell. Bala grabbed a chair to defend himself, but Adewale tackled him to the ground. Passengers began waking up, confused but relieved to see the police rescuing them. The officers searched the warehouse. They found stacks of cash, stolen phones, and evidence of organ trafficking. Dr. Felix was arrested later that night, thanks to the contact information found in Bala's notebook. The rescued passengers were reunited with their families, who cried tears of joy. Mr. Okonkwo hugged Ngozi tightly, thanking Adewale for his bravery. "You saved my life," he said, his voice trembling. The case shocked the entire city. People couldn't believe that Bala, the friendly bus driver, had been behind so many disappearances. Bala and Musa were taken to court, where their crimes were revealed. Families of the victims shared their heartbreaking stories, and the evidence against Bala was undeniable. The judge sentenced both men to life in prison, and Dr. Felix received the same punishment. Bala's bus, once a symbol of trust, was taken to a scrapyard and destroyed. The city implemented new rules to make public transport safer, ensuring that such a crime could never happen again. Inspector Adewale became a hero, praised for his courage and determination. But Adewale remained humble, always saying, "I was just doing my job." For him, the real victory was seeing the rescued passengers safe and reunited with their families. Ngozi returned to her studies, but she never forgot the lessons she had learned. She warned her friends to always stay alert when traveling and to trust their instincts. Her story became a cautionary tale, reminding everyone that kindness can sometimes hide danger. The families of other victims shared similar warnings, hoping to prevent such tragedies from happening again. Bala and Musa spent the rest of their days in the dark prison cell, reflecting on their crimes. No amount of money could save them now. They had lost their freedom, their reputation, and their future. The city moved on, but the story of the one chance bus driver remained a chilling reminder that evil, no matter how cleverly hidden, will always be discovered in the end. Thank you so much for watching. If you got to this point, please give this video a thumbs up. It will help grow my small YouTube channel. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know about your thoughts on this video. Please like, share. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on post notifications so you get notified when I post more interesting contents like this. See you guys in my next video. Bye.